Get that ball. If you watch UAAP basketball, it will take less than a second for you to remember the chant. For as far as I can recall, that has been the mantra most associated with the Ateneo Blue Eagles. Get that ball. It's simple and straight to the point. Maybe not the most creative, but when you're one of thousands in attendance watching 10 college boys try to put a ball inside a hoop, then creativity doesn't really play that big of a role with chanting. On Saturday, October 6th, the phrase "get that ball" never held more significance. Let's get to the point. The Ateneo Blue Eagles demolished their biggest rival, La Salle, 71-55, in what was an old-school defensive whipping that resembled your grandfather's time of Philippine hoops. The Green Archers came in as a wounded underdog against a team that had no interest in showing them any mercy. For a little while, the pride on the line in an Ateneo-La Salle battle carried the Green Archers to a lead after the first quarter. Afterwards, the Blue Eagles displayed a clinic of basketball superiority. LSU was suffocated. The Archers opened the contest by surviving 10 quick turnovers but finished with a season high of 28 they could not bounce back from. Ateneo's defense looked so intimidating that it got to a point where most of La Salle's players were unsure of themselves each time they passed the ball. Imagine that: college varsity players who have spent thousands of hours working on their skills suddenly looking confused while trying to accomplish one of the game's most basic fundamentals. Get that ball. The Blue Eagles did, over and over and over and over again. And then again after that. But not all the credit goes to Ateneo. There were times LSU easily gave the ball up too, leaving many fans wearing green at the Mall of Asia arena throwing their arms up in disbelief. Matt Nieto, Anton Asischo and Adrian Wong made life a living nightmare for some of the Archers on Saturday, as well as Angelo Cowham, 2013-5, who was a monster inside the paint on both ends of the floor. Justine Baltazar and Santi Santillan entered the matchup against the Blue Eagles on a roll, but the towering presence of the Blue Eagles rookie big man held them to a combined 11 points and had LSU head coach Luis Gonzalez probably wishing Ben Mbala would fly in like Superman to save the day. By the way, Cowham, 20, has 4 more years of eligibility after this season. God bless the UAAP. I think everyone keeps talking about that rivalry, said the 6'10" Cowham after the game. Especially Coach Tab Baldwin, George, Isaac Go, Rafi, Verano, and all the Kayas Anton, Asischo, Matt, Nieto, Mike, Nieto, they all talk to me about it, and we really bring that spirit as a team. In fairness to La Salle, they've been one of the least lucky teams in college basketball. The Green Archers entered this season looking for an identity after losing their head coach, thanks, Ateneo, losing their MVP, thanks, UAAP board, and losing their future superstar, thanks, endorsements. To make matters worse, Mbala's replacement, Ton Samuel, got hurt during the preseason and aggravated that injury 1/2 into his UAAP career. He won't be back for at least a month. For La Salle, to be 3-3 is an accomplishment, believe it or not. When the Archers won their title in 2013, they finished the first round with a 3-4 record, so it's safe to say that anything can still happen. Moreover, even if it's easy to be pessimistic after Saturday's performance against Ateneo, La Salle can find positives in 2 things. First, Aljon Malicio is an absolute gem. Oftentimes the smallest player on the court, Malicio finished with 21 points to lead his team as their lone bright spot on offense. More importantly, he exhibited why it's clear as day that he is this team's king archer to be. Take your pick, the relentlessness, the fearlessness, the boldness. There wasn't a single second during the latest installment of this historic rivalry when Malicio looked ready to concede defeat. Until the final second, La Salle's third-year stud had the audacity to fight against big and mighty Ateneo and believe he could spark a comeback. After the defeat, he went straight to La Salle's sports complex and spent the first free Saturday night he had with his visiting dad by doing extra shooting. That was following a 29-minute game where he consistently threw his body against the Blue Eagles' uncompromising defense. Second is kid Montalvo, who showed with his actions what it meant to be a team captain. Going against his parents' wishes for him to rest, the archer skipper playing in his final season wasn't going to miss the opportunity to play one of the few remaining Ateneo-La Salle games left in his career. Little improvements have to be made, but I just want to play. Even if I get injured, I'll dive, he said. I dove earlier with my fractured hand. It hurts, but that's how it is. I just want to play for La Salle. And boy, did he fight. Diving to the floor countless of times, as if he didn't just fracture his thumb a few weeks ago, Montalvo also did the best to his abilities to help the Green Archers secure the win. It just wasn't enough. Actually, it wasn't even close to enough. That's no knack on La Salle, which was limited to a season low in points, 55, shooting, 29%, and assists, 3. The Blue Eagles smothered DLSU to exhaustion to score their fourth straight win via blowout and fifth overall. I don't care what the league standings say. Yes, Adamson is a championship contender this season, but Ateneo is still the best team in the UAAP. To be the man, you've got to beat the man, said a certain 16-time champion once upon a time. The Falcons took down the Eagles in their season opener, but when both teams meet again in the second round, and perhaps in the playoffs, it's going to be a different story by the looks of how both clubs are currently playing. If anything, Ateneo can thank Adamson for providing them with an early wake-up call that has propelled the Blue Eagles to their current performance, which has left a bunch of UAAP teams in their wake. Up next is a heavyweight bout against an FU team hell-bent on vengeance for how last year's Final Four series concluded, but make no mistake about it, the Blue Eagles are still heavy favorites coming in with the belt around their waists. For La Salle, it's back to the drawing board. Both teams met in the UAAP finals in each of the past 2 seasons, and as awesome as it would be to have the finale of the trilogy, DLSU has a lot of work in many factors to accomplish before that prospect becomes an actual discussion. Because after Saturday's beatdown, Ateneo has taken current command of this rivalry